By Sunday night, heading into Monday morning, we're likely going to be having a landfalling strong typhoon, if not a super typhoon, in the northern areas of the Philippines, specifically around Aurora and Isabela province, potentially Cagayan province. You can see here with the JTWC track having it come on shore just south of Casiguran. That's, of course, Typhoon Uwan, also known as Fung-wong. I say typhoon, it's technically still a tropical storm. This thing is still actually trying to develop here with impacts in Yap and parts of Guam. Yap especially getting some, kind of the big brunt of these rain bands wrapping around, but it is still in its early phases. But with that even said, it really has this just overall just look. And what I mean by that is the overall girth of it, extending from end to end. It's up to about 1,000 kilometers. But then on top of that, it just has this good circulation in it. Outflow aloft, you can see with the clouds right there and towards the south and towards the east, and inflow, abundance of moisture. Once this does tighten and wrap up, I expect a rapid intensifying storm system here. And by the way, I also do want to address a lot of the rumors behind it. Some convection flaring up right here. A lot of people are looking at 300-hour plus out models and saying, hey, there could be another storm. I don't see anything that shows a typhoon 1 and 2, 300 hours out. It's not there yet. Let's watch the storm that we currently have first, okay? And that's this one. And here's a look at the track from the Japan Meteorological Agency. They're even saying, they're putting this up to a rather strong intensity. Look at it just prior to landfall, 165 kilometer per hour winds right there around Casiguran. Casiguran gets hit all the time from these storm systems. I swear, if you want to go to a spot that is if you just want to live in typhoon country, it's east of the Sierra Madre Mountains. It gets the full brunt coming off of the east coast here. It's a sheltered harbor, but it's got spots that get storm surge. People that live here, you should all write a book about, if you live in Casiguran, I want to hear from you. And also, I want to write a book with you. You get so many storms, and this could be another one here for you. But, on a broader population scale, once this crosses the mountains, it is going to be a massive rainmaker across the Cagayan Valley. I do hope places like the Maga Dam are already releasing water. They're going to get just absolutely loaded up here. But you see here, this is Sunday night, Monday morning, 2 a.m. Schools are not going to be in session. I'll tell you that on Monday across areas just Manila North. School's out of session. And if your school is putting into session, they're doing it wrong. Same with most work. Y'all need to just be hunkered down, letting this one by, because it's not just going to die out over the mountains. It's still going to be holding, even over the Cordillera Mountains on the west coast. I absolutely anticipate some gusty conditions coming in across parts of Pangasinan. You could be looking at damaging winds, heavy rainfall, of course, with that up and down the coastline here. And in fact, let's just take a look at the rainfall forecast, because this is showing Saturday still out here towards the east, Sunday still out here towards the east. But look at this, Sunday and the Monday, and the areas in the red, mostly across the mountains here, get 300 millimeters plus. Some spots 400 to 500 millimeters. But all of this has to go somewhere. It doesn't just end up in the mountains. It runs down into those lower lying areas, the valleys, and more specifically places like the Cagayan River, which is going to be filling up. I'll tell you that. Calmiggy landfall has also, by the way, made landfall in Vietnam. The death toll still up to near 100 in Visayas, specifically Cebu. I have a separate video on that. I just want to point that out. Fung-wong is intensifying here, though. It's passing west of Guam, but still bringing some rainfall there. And landfall is likely in central and northern Luzon, and specifically Aurora and Isabela province. But this is going to extend towards the west. You can see here out of Baguio, Sunday 22, just 20 and just 19 for the high on Tuesday, because this is just going to bring an abundance of cloud cover and that rainfall out here. So let's take another look at the satellite picture here. But actually, I want to bump over to the guidance, and this is the GFS versus the ECMWF. Both of those models and the icon all kind of on the same tune now. They were a little bit wavering a couple days ago, and I was saying, wait 24 hours. 24 hours ago, somebody asked me, when would we know? When are we going to have confidence? Now is the confidence. This is going to come on shore right in this area, probably cross over the mountains past just south of Cagayan. That puts you and Iligan in the right front quadrant here. Granted, once it goes over the mountains, the winds change a lot and it becomes a little bit funky to kind of the overall wind pattern, the inner core falls apart a little bit. But still, it's, and also the mountains could shift it north or south or anything like that. It's still going to be messy there for you. And then on the west coast, as this moves further towards the west, I'm telling you, up and down the eastern seaboard here, you could even be looking at a bit of a storm surge in low-lying areas of Pangasinan as it hits off into that direction. Here's the latest from Pagasa, also still showing a super typhoon in the Philippine Sea in multiple track guidance. So Pagasa, Taiwan, JMA, and JTWC all agreeing, there's no surprise here, on that landfall right near Casiguran, and then crossing over the mountains and also pretty much directly over Baguio to here. And you can see this with the little bit of a closer look on the Google DeepMind, showing this kind of make that landfall just south of Casiguran. And this is a Cat 5, by the way, according to the Google DeepMind offshore. Granted, the intensity has not been great for this AI model, but it has been fantastic on the exact track. And this is why I'm leaning quite a lot to this. The track intensity for this storm has been, or the previous storms with the Google DeepMind AI model has just been superb. Which, by the way, this shows you on the right kind of where this peaks out with that wind up near Category 4, Category 5. And there's that threshold, and even the lower end of the threshold, it's still a 2 or a 3 in the Philippine Sea. But the good news, there is a general trend you can see here of it kind of backing off in intensity as it gets further towards the north and west. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that by the time it gets closer to the Philippines, you see this kind of little troughing right in here. We have that cloud cover off towards the north. That's going to act on it and provide at least a little bit of shear that should slow its roll a little bit. Not disrupt it, not change the forecast significantly, but slow it down. Also do want to address the fact that a lot of people are asking me, is this going to hit Visayas? No, this is pretty confident on this track further towards the north. And I know tracks change, yes, I get it. But confident that the area, if we do see any change, that I would worry more is like Catanduanes, also a good portion of the Bicol region, especially a little bit closer here, a little bit further towards the north. These are the spots, if this was to shift even remotely a little bit further towards the south, I would be more concerned about. And even here, you can see kind of parts of the Bicol region, fringes of typhoon or at least damaging winds out here, according to JWC. So just even a shift slightly to the south can make a big difference across parts of the Bicol region, just the way the shape of the coast goes. It stays offshore, you're still going to, and even if in the current forecast, by the way, you're still going to be seeing heavy rainfall offshore. With the storm offshore, I should say. So the Bicol region, you're going to be looking at flooding. Legazpi, you're going to be looking at the threat of flooding. This is a big storm. Please. I know I pay attention to the center line of it a lot, and I know that I say, by the way, take a moment real quick here. Our Typhoon Patreon members, if you want to support the channel, check out our Patreon. Big shout out to everybody there. But I know I say a lot like, well, okay, it's going to make landfall here. This is where it's going to go. It's not going to make landfall here. But also I do want to say, like, look at this. By this point, Sunday morning, Bicol, you're in the rain. You're in the core of the storm. You're looking at gusty conditions, but you're looking especially at heavy rainfall. And then all of Luzon just gets swallowed by this as it pushes overhead. And then it turns towards the north, and by the way, towards Taiwan. And that's a different topic for a different time. It's a lot happening here. All right. So just remember, it is a big storm, but at least for the time being, it doesn't look like this is going to impact Visayas. It's going to be more of a Luzon. And then on top of that, there is also this continued watching of the tropics. Of course, the long range guidance, somebody, let's just share this. I'm just going to show you what a lot of people are panicking about is, I think, this broad low here. Let's see what the GFS is even showing. There's nothing there, guys. I don't see anything. For those people who keep on saying there's going to be another storm after, I forgot to change over the graphic, after this is showing the 18th and the 19th. There is just nothing out there. Maybe This right here by the 12th, there is a little bit of a broad low near Palau, but it's more just rain and a tropical wave. Nothing is indicating a typhoon. And goodness gracious, people keep on asking, is a super typhoon coming behind this one? Nothing. I've seen nothing to indicate that. So let's concentrate at the storm at hand and the serious one that we are currently dealing with. Don't believe the rumors. Don't give in to the hype. Let's watch what we have right now and make sure we're staying safe with it. Okay, friends? All right. As always, though, if you have any questions or anything like that, I do want to hear from you. I would like to hear your feedback. And number one thing, of course, as always, is stay safe out there. Like I said before, if you want to support this channel, check out our Patreon. Link is down below. Multiple different levels, but every little bit does help. And if one day ever we can do this full time, we could have like a weather channel. Goodness gracious. I doubt that. Right now we got good graphics and I'm able to put out multiple videos a day, which is a far cry from when I originally started these updates. Don't also forget to hit that like and subscribe button. My goal is to get up to 100,000 subscribers, which would be great in the sense of the algorithm. YouTube kind of bottles you if you're under 100,000. But once you get that blue check mark, ooh, they push you up to the top, and we can fight against some of the other like big news media that shares on these. I shouldn't say fight, just add to that data and get more information out to more people. We're all trying our best to make sure everybody's staying safe, right? As always, though, thanks for watching and stay safe, friends. Bye.